Hey guys, good evening. Sorry, grabbing some coffee. Didn't realize my timer was just going off. Okay, so I've got a bunch going on in front of me. I've got all of our sites that we stream to up here, and the purpose for that is we are going to be answering questions, or I say we like there's somebody here with me. I'm going to be answering questions about camp and going over some things that you need to know for next week. And so if you're following along and you're part of our student ministry and you're not going to camp, hey, that's fine. Join in with us. You can see, what we're going to be doing, what it looks like for us, and all that fun jazz. But anyway, if you have any questions, we'll give everybody a minute or two to a couple minutes here. We've got a few people that have logged on. If you don't mind, if you're watching, give me a comment. I've got our Facebook page, I've got our Facebook group, I've got YouTube, and I've got my stuff here. Just let me know you're watching so I know who's on here and see if you have any questions. But I hope you're excited for camp. I am. I've been looking forward to it. I've been planning and going back and forth and trying to figure out how this is going to work this summer and if it was going to work. And so I'm excited that we're actually getting to do camp. There's a lot of folks, a lot of different ministries that are not getting to do camp. And so I'm happy that we're able to do that. Been in contact with those folks at SWO, at Snowbird. By the way, if you hear me say SWO, SWO, I'm not saying I'm swole or anything, because we all know I'm not. But that stands for Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters, and we just call it SWO. And so it's so much easier to say than Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters every time we want to say the name of the camp. So anyway, I asked you guys to comment. I've already lost somebody. Anyway, it's probably somebody not going to camp. But so what to expect next week? First and foremost, I know I sent this out in the remind, but I wanted to remind you guys to get the SWO app. And so it'll look like this. If you can see my phone right here at the bottom right, I've got the Snowbird app. If you haven't downloaded that app, go ahead and get it as soon as possible, because I'm going to walk you through this a little bit, and we're going to talk about where you can find some information and some of the things that you may or may not need or may or may not know about. And so open the app. If you've updated the app recently, it'll tell you that they've changed the search location. Just hit that's cool or whatever. Okay, and we'll get into here. So as you see, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. You can scroll down. You can see so much of information about camp. The first one you can look at is the SWO 20 summer camp. And we'll look at that here in a second, but that's going to tell you a lot about what to expect there. If you're concerned and curious about what what they're doing, the action plan, you can go here, you can click, and you can find out the precautions they're taking, how it's going to be different. Watch that video. Again, that's something I have sent out to you already. And if you haven't watched that, I encourage you, before we leave on Monday, go and look at this and watch that, okay? Rest of this stuff, you can see some of the other conferences they do. They've got the podcast, SWO Music, a lot of stuff they do, the gear store. You can even get Bible studies and books and stuff on here that you may be interested in. So lots of information on here, but right now what we're concerned with is the SWO 20 summer camp. And so if you'll click on there, you'll get a lot of it, be in reach of all the information you're going to need, like the summer schedule. And so first thing you want to look at here, this is the schedule for the summer. So Monday check-in starts at 3 p.m. I will remind you that they are an hour ahead of us, and so that is 2 p.m. our time. And so when we see that 3 p.m., it's a little bit earlier. The good news is we get back a little earlier than we had planned on. So you'll see as we get checked in, I'm going to try to get y'all there as early as possible. And I'm zooming in for my benefit here. We get everybody checked in. It's going to take a couple hours. The first thing we'll do is recreation signups. And if you're curious about the recreation signups, you can scroll down and see They moved it, and I forget where they put it. Hillbilly Mall, rec meeting times and locations. Okay, so the off-campus recs, you'll see here, they usually have a lot more than this, but because of this stupid virus going around, they've had to pull back a lot. But I'm actually surprised they have this many. Canoeing. If you want to go canoeing, they'll take you out to the lake. You'll actually canoe out to a spot. There's a rope swing. You can jump in, swim, paddle around. It's actually quite fun to do that. If you want to go horseback riding, that's a thing. I will not be doing that. I hate horseback riding, and they probably hate me because I'm a big fat guy. Mountain biking. If you're interested in mountain biking, we'll talk about that. River tubing. Kel asked me the question this week, want to know if they had to pay for going down the river. And Kel, this is what I was talking about at this point here. You can go river tubing and stuff, and that might be the wrong one, actually. River tubing is different. That's where I lost my sunglasses. And so you actually get in an inner tube. It's the most dangerous thing I think I've done at Snowbird, and it's not dangerous at all. But anyway, so Kel, that's not it. If you're watching, hey, forget everything I just said in the last couple of minutes, but whatever. So river tubing, you're in an inner tube, and you just lazily go down the river and hold on to your sunglasses. Just don't wear your sunglasses. Anyway, then hiking, and then you can sign up for hiking. And so I believe what we're going to be doing, these will be done as a cohort. Now, if you are unsure or unfamiliar with the term cohort, that's what they're calling our family groups. Our church will be one cohort. Our church may be two cohorts, but as long as we are together, we will be as one cohort. We won't have to wear the masks. We won't be mingling with other people. We're going to stay in our groups. Which is great. I've talked with Eric Cole. A lot of you guys know Eric. He has taken his group to Snowbird this week, and they're down there right now. And I got to talk to him a little bit this morning and ask him how things are working. And he said, man, one of the best things is since they are staying in their cohorts and their family groups, they're getting to know each other really well, and there's a lot of unity. And he was kind of worried about that, I guess. I don't know, maybe at first, but he said it's going really great. So I'm looking forward to that with us. We haven't been around each other very much here lately, and so this is going to be a good opportunity for us to get to see each other. So anyway, we'll talk about what recs we want to do, and we'll go do these as a cohort or one or two cohorts or whatever. And so we'll see that. But anyway, so go back out of the app right here. You'll see the schedule of day one, go back to where we were. And you'll see that we have supper 1, supper 2. They'll tell us all this at first. Then we'll go to the Hillbilly Mall, which we have directions to that, and have our worship service there. We'll get back to SWO, and then we'll go back. We'll have rotating share groups, Snack Shack, which is where you can buy stuff. SWO Underground, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's awesome. I'll let you see it. Showers for you guys who need to shower and some free time, and then lights out at midnight. And then you can go through here, and I'm not going to go through every day, but notice on Tuesday, one of the things you will see at first is temp checks. Now, before we actually leave for camp, I'm going to get a thermometer, and I'm going to check your temperature. I'm going to swipe your forehead. I don't think we want to do the put it under the tongue type of thermometer. If somebody's got coronavirus, that will probably give it to everybody. And so, and knowing our luck, it'd probably be the first person. We just give it all the way down the line. But anyway, so we're going to check temperatures. And if anybody's running a temperature over 100.0, then you will not get on the van to go to camp. And so you'll stay here. We'll talk about refund and that stuff later. But you know, if you're sick, tell me you're sick. No, show up. Okay. Because what they'll do is once I take your temperature, I'll write it down on paper and I'll turn that in as soon as we get to camp. And then they will then temp check us right off the bat. Anybody that's running a fever, they'll put aside and quarantine for a moment, and then they'll wait a little bit. They'll check you later to see if it was just because you've been riding in a hot van or whatever, and then see if your temperature goes down. And so they will be temp checking us every morning. So in case somebody breaks down a fever, then they'll put us in a quarantine cabin. And that is some of the safety measures that they're doing. So it sounds really obtrusive and hard, but it's not going to be that bad. Okay. So some of the things to expect from camp as far as scheduling, We don't know yet, but either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday will be our river day. That we will go down the Nantahala as a group. We'll get to go whitewater rafting. Now, if you're concerned about the danger of the whitewater rafting, I will tell you there is one class 3 rapid on this whole thing, and I have stood in the middle of it and pulled a raft that got stuck on the falls. And it's really called the falls. It's at the very end. They take extra precautions. They have they have the rope bags they'll throw if somebody falls out. It's not that bad. I've never known anybody to get hurt on this rapid. As a matter of fact, it's the Nantahala River, the Nantahala River, and they have grown accustomed to calling it the Not a Lot of Holler River because there's not a lot to holler about. I have fallen asleep on this thing twice. And so it's beautiful. It's fun. It is the coldest water you will ever come in contact with. And it's an experience, and it'll be a great day. But when we get our river day, we'll find out what day we're going down the river. We'll go eat lunch, and then we go straight out to the river, and we'll do that. Okay. Now, from what I understand, when we are around other groups, like on River Day or stuff like that, we will be wearing our face mask. Now, I have got a box of face masks here for us to take, and so when we are in places where they require it, we will put on a face mask. I'll give you one and say protect it, hold on to it, because I don't have a whole lot of extra. And so hold on to this. This is your face mask, and when we have those times, just put it on, and we'll all look weird wearing face masks. But anyway, I will let you know. Just have that on you, have that with you, and you'll know when we have to wear those things. Okay. Also, the other thing that you'll have to have on you at all times is your, they give you a wristband. That's right. They give us lanyards. They give you all wristbands. Your wristband is your admission ticket into worship, into the metal building for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are closed down. They have closed down the camp pretty hard, and so there's not as many visitors coming in and out as they normally do, as they normally have. So that may not be such a big deal. But don't lose your wristbands. That is your meal ticket. That is your ticket into everything at camp. And so, anyway, good. I must be answering all the questions you could possibly have because literally nobody's asking any questions. And so we've got more followers, more people watching right now. So if you have a question, seriously, pop it up. I did not throw up 3 different screens on my screen here to watch all the comments for y'all to not have any questions. But I don't know. Maybe y'all just waiting for me to get through. I'll do that. So anyway, so that's kind of our schedule. You can go down and see this, Rick Times. Directions to Hillbilly Mall. You guys aren't driving there. You don't have to worry about it. But in case I kick you out of the van and you need to walk there, yeah, you can pull it up and you can find out how to get there. It's a quick drive. I hear it's less than 3 miles. And Eric told me that he says really cool. The facility they have. He said it's a little weird being so spaced apart. And if you've ever been to SWO, you know how tight the coop is and how few seats they have. And so this is going to be, that might be a pleasant change for some of you guys. Anyway, got some info for the group leaders. I'll talk to our group leaders about that later. The breakout slides, they do breakouts. They're doing preparing, and I don't have this up here. Preparing your students for difficult questions, and then personal Bible study. And so those are some of the breakouts there. They've got the Spotify playlist, which I apparently don't have any of that set up. So I'm not a big Spotify guy. Leader breakouts, student breakouts. It'll give you like a list of some of the breakouts that they're doing. So apparently, I don't know what those other breakouts were, but these are some that you might want to go to. Idolatry, making wise choices. Kel, where's Kel? Kel, are you listening? Are you watching? You might want to go to make wise choices, man. Anyway, they've got youth pastor breakouts, but that'll be for all youth workers and stuff there. But anyway, directions, don't worry about that. I don't know how to get there. Maps. If you want a map of the grounds, there's a map right here. Okay, so you'll have all that with you. All that is in the app. All right. And so anything else on here, like I said, you can go through and look, Bible studies and books, favorite books and stuff. They do devotions and everything. It's a really good app. And I really like it a lot. If you want to see what kind of gear they have, what kind of souvenirs, you can go there and it'll take you to their website, and you can actually look at the shirts and stuff they have, hats and all that. Ooh, that one looks cool. Anyway, a whole bunch of different stuff. Kind of get an idea for prices. Parents, any parents watching, it's been my experience that whatever you send them with is whatever amount of money you send them with, that's how much they're going to spend. And so I had a seventh grader. I think his mom sent him with like $150. It was gone by day 2. And so Kelly is asking, what time are we leaving? We will be leaving at 7 a.m. Monday morning. And that doesn't mean we're getting here at 7 a.m. That means we are leaving at 7 a.m. And so we need to do that. We need to get on the road. There's some road construction I hear. There is road construction. Don't know what the weather might be like, and just we're planning for any problems that we may have. And so anyway, y'all bear with me 1 second. Okay, I just noticed that my stream was lagging a little bit, and that's probably due to the fact that I didn't plug in the internet cable, and so I was doing this off Wi-Fi. So maybe if the stream was choppy now, it should be better, hopefully, and I apologize for that. Hey, Miss Donna. Hey, Miss Donna, I'm glad you're watching. Next year, you got to go with us. You got to go to camp with us as a chaperone. And so, anyway, you got up there, but we are leaving at 7 a.m. Like I said, I want to plan for any problems, any extra time, anything we might have. We do lose an hour, and we will make a substantial lunch stop. And so we typically stop on the other side of Chattanooga at Hamilton Place Mall for lunch. I have checked their website. They will be open. They will be taking precautions, roping off a certain amount of stuff in the certain amount of tables in the seating area. And so we should be able to maintain distance there and be safe. Again, we will have the mask. And so if y'all feel like you need to wear a mask, they're not requiring them there. But if you feel like that's something you need to wear, then you'll have a mask. But we are going to practice social distancing and every time we go out in public. And really, this will be one of the few times that we do that. And so, anyway, that's our big stop right there. And I like to give you time to stretch your legs and go before the last part of the trip, because there's a lot of mountain roads, twisty roads and stuff, and there's just not a lot of places to stop. So I like to give you a good break and get you some food and stretch your legs and let you walk around a little bit. A lot of the shops will not be open, but anyway, it's that's where we're going to stop. So anyway, all that stuff we've got right there, that's kind of what to expect going there. You will need money to stop on the way up there to eat. We will stop at Hamilton Place Mall. If you want to eat breakfast, sometimes in the past I've been talked into stopping at McDonald's or Burger King or somewhere down the road here in Coleman to get breakfast for those people who are coming in on 2 wheels and just barely making it in time. I'll say this: if you want to get some breakfast, get here a little early. Go to Jack's. Just walk across there. Let me know you're here. We'll get your stuff loaded up. And then we will let you walk over to Jack's or drive over to Jack's, get you some food. And as we get going, we'll do that. As I'm doing temp checks and all that fun stuff, you'll have an opportunity to get some breakfast before we leave. So 7 o'clock is the time we're leaving. Okay. Now, as far as what to bring to camp, let me move my coffee. I don't spill on this. You will be able to see here in the app, they have a what to bring list. And I definitely want to go over this with you guys. And again, I'm zooming this in for my benefit. It's kind of small on my phone. But anyway, this is a Bible, notebook, pen, journal, stuff right here. Definitely, you're going to want to bring your Bible. This will be the Bible I'm bringing here. And a notebook, taking notes. This is my notepad. I have a pen here in the middle that you can take that. I've got some extra little books here and stuff, little notebooks. If you don't have something and need something, If you don't have a Bible, my goodness, come talk to me. I'll give you a Bible. We'll make that happen. But definitely bring your Bible and your notebook. I'm not a huge note taker, but I do take some notes, and I've done it on my iPad for years. And I've even been known to bring in for the student pastor conferences and stuff they do. I'll bring my laptop, and I'll be the guy in the front tapping away on my laptop. Okay, so definitely bring your Bible. You'll see the next thing on here is rain gear. And unfortunately, I've checked the weather, and it does look like we're going to have some rain. Now, historically, this has not really slowed us up at all. We had a lot of rain last year. We had a lot of fun. I've done camps where it literally poured down the entire week. We were wet most of the week. Still one of the most fun weeks of camp we've ever had. And so, but bring rain gear, rain jackets, something that you don't mind, get the rain off of you. We'll be walking around. Bring you a good hat or something, and everything, because you're probably gonna get wet, and everybody's gonna be wet. It's not gonna be that big of a deal, but bring some rain gear, and you might want to bring some extra clothes. Flashlight. If you got a flashlight, definitely bring your flashlight. This is what I do. Sorry, get right here. If you have one of these, I highly recommend it. Everywhere I go to camp after night, this is me right here. And so I'm walking around with my headlamp on, and blinding everybody. There you go, big glare. These are great. If you have a headlamp, go ahead and get one. You can pick them up at Walmart pretty cheap. Or you can just get a flashlight. And so you can get a flashlight, you got to carry it. I prefer not to have something in my hands. And so as I'm walking around in the dark, that comes in really, really handy. Clothes you don't mind getting dirty, that goes without saying. I'm going to tell you, go ahead and bring clothes for the first half of the day, and then bring clothes for the second half of the day. And get ready for that. Face mask, I'm going to give you that. Now, paintball gun, if you want to play paintball, they will have paintball. If you want to bring your own gun, that's fine too. Stuff like that. I forgot the rafting stuff. Rafting is going to be fun. Like I said, it's not a huge river at all, and there's not a lot of rapids, but it is very, very fun. And so Kimberlyn actually made a very good point right here. If you are the type that gets a little chilly in the mornings, which I'll be honest with you, up there sometimes I am, bring a sweatshirt, a hoodie or something. They actually sell hoodies there, but you'll find out they're pretty expensive. I think they're like $35. You can look in the gear store and find out. But that is a good tip, Kimberlyn. Bring a sweatshirt for the morning, because it will be in the 60s in the mornings, and you think, 60s is not bad. It's pretty chilly in the mornings, and so you'll definitely need that as well. And even at night, as the sun goes down and we're in the Hillbilly Mall, they've got the doors open. If there's a breeze, you might want that as well. So anyway, going back to rafting and then the water stuff. Quick drying clothes, that means swimsuits. Guys, trunks, no Speedos. No Speedos. I'm looking at you, Caleb. No Speedo, bro. Okay. You want to, non-cotton, something that it'll dry. And then shoes with backs, okay? Now, you will not be able to wear flip-flops on the Nantahala. You'll lose them. I mean, you just will. You get first just jumping in the raft, getting in the water, they'll be gone. And so here's what I recommend. If you have something like this, bring some Chacos. I got a pair of Chacos. These are my broken pair. I'm going to have to send them back and everything, but I have one pair that I'm going to send. That's the reason I'm showing you one. Is because my other one's broken. And so anyway, my other pair of Chacos I'll bring, and that's what I will wear pretty much the entirety of camp. I'll be walking around in Chacos, and that's fine. If you don't have Chacos, something similar would be great. If you can go to Walmart and get something with a back strap like my Chacos there. But anyway, definitely bring a towel for the river day, okay? As that, you see all the optional stuff: money for Snack Shack, a flashlight, rain gear. I'm going to say rain gear and flashlight. You definitely want to bring money for extra paintballs, going down the rafting and stuff like that. Now, I don't think they're doing extra rafting days, so you probably won't need money going rafting. because part of the going down the river is included in your camp price. Anyway, things not to bring. It says don't bring your cell phone. And they've had this on there forever. I'm allow you to bring your cell phone. If you need to bring a cell phone, call home, mom and dad, they expect you to call, that's fine. Also, you'll find that a lot of students use their phone as a Bible as they are, doing the Bible studies and everything in worship. And I'm going to pull up the do not bring stuff here. But anyway, and so here's the deal. If you have a cell phone, you bring your cell phone, and I see you playing video games on it or doing something, that cell phone's mine, and I'm going to take it away from you, and you'll get it back when we get home. iPod, MP3 players, again, you see how old that this has been on there. Anything that's going to bring distraction to you, portable games. And I know those first three things are all one device for us now, and even TVs and everything. Just don't be on your phone the whole time. That's not the point of being there. You won't want to be on your phone. You'll miss out a lot. All right. Alcohol. I think we can leave our alcohol at home. Since we're Baptist, we pretend that we don't know what alcohol is. Tobacco. No tobacco. No vape pens, e-cigarettes, other drug or smoking related paraphernalia. And that means no chewing tobacco or dip or anything and stuff like that. No two-piece swimwear. I'll just be, ladies, we're going to ask you to be modest. I've told the guys no Speedos. We're going to ask you ladies to be modest as well. If we have a problem with a swimsuit, no problem. I'll give you one of my biggest, ugliest t-shirts that I have nicknamed the t-shirt of shame. No, really, just don't bring the two-piece swimsuits. Guys are dogs, and we need protecting sometimes. I know it's stupid, but that's just the truth of the matter. And so, anyway, drones. I don't think any of you really got a problem with bringing drones, stuff like that. Okay. So, those are some of the things you definitely need to bring, as far as the accessories for camp. Also, the things you need to bring, all your bedding. You can bring twin size bed sheets and stuff if you wish, and a pillow. This is what I will bring. This is my sleeping bag. And I've had this for, my goodness, well over a decade. And I sleep in it every year and do that. And so you can bring a sleeping bag and a pillow. You'll be fine. There'll be bunks in the cabins. Mattresses are fine. It is a cabin. We're not staying at the Marriott. But you'll by the time we get done with our day, you'll be exhausted and you'll sleep fine. And so, make sure I didn't leave anything else down here that I forgot to tell you to bring. Toiletries, yeah, shampoo, soap, wash rags, toothbrush, toothpaste, any toiletry items that you need, you'll need to bring those as well. They do not supply those. If you have a problem, you forget something, there's a Walmart that's about 30 minutes away. We can go. We've made emergency runs there. Not a problem. I just don't like having to go to Walmart if we don't have to. And I'm definitely not going to go and stop and buy everybody everything. That's not going to be a thing. So bring that ahead of time. Part of the reason I try to get there a little bit early as soon as they open registration is if we get down the road and somebody goes, oh my gosh, I forgot my toothbrush. Then on the way to camp, we can stop in Murphy at the Walmart and pick up the toothbrush, what we need. And I may use that as an extra stop for bathroom or something else before we get into camp. But anyway, that's the stuff, what you need to bring. As far as what camp's going to look like, if you've been to Snowbird in the past, it's going to look a little different. I talked to Eric this morning. He says it still feels the same. It still feels like camp. And so that means that the breakout sessions are there. There's a little bit of a drive, obviously, from worship and back and forth. We will move from rec to rec in our cohorts, which will be fun. The 3-man swing's awesome. The Goliath swing will be fun. The climbing tower, zip lines, the water slides, paintball fields, all that fun stuff. we'll move and we'll do all that together. In the past, we've done that separately, and people have signed up for different things and done that separately. And so we will do those things together, and I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. Can't wait to see who almost wets themselves on the 3-man swing or the Goliath swing or whatever. And so we'll have a good time. It'll be a good time there. So the worship sessions are phenomenal. The preaching you'll find great. Thursday night we have Thursday night the Revelation skit, and so they've been doing that forever. I took a group for the first time, I think in 2002, and they had the Revelation skit there as well, and it has just evolved from there. So anyway, I think that's about it. Is there any one more thing, as far as what time we get back? That largely depends on you guys. Friday night, I will ask you to pack up everything that you can before you go to bed. Lay out your clothes that you're going to wear Friday or Saturday morning, on the way home. We'll have one last session after breakfast, and then we are free to go. And then we're going to get home as quick as we can. Do remember we pick up an hour. And so it's like we gain an hour on the way back. And so it's like we're traveling back in time, but, I expect to be home, and I'm going to say around 4:00 our time. And so shooting really for 2 or 3, depending on, what time we get out of camp. And we'll stop again, probably at Hamilton Place for lunch. It's usually a good place. Every now and then we stopped and done a little extra stuff on the way home. Since it's the 4th of July, I really don't want to be driving after dark. And so I want to try to be back before it gets dark. And so, but yeah, camp's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good time. You guys that didn't get to go, oh man, you're going to miss it. You're going to hear about what we did. You're going to hear about the camp, and you're going to wish you were there. And so, and we all the time will be wishing you were there. So anyway, I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes. See if there's any questions, anything I missed. I notice I'm on about a 15-second delay. And so I'm going to sip my coffee and wait for some comments. And if I missed anything, y'all let me know. All right. I'm waiting to see myself in the stream sipping coffee. And once I see that, then I know that y'all are actually thinking maybe about questions. But anybody worried about anything? Anybody curious about anything? This is the time to ask your questions. All right. Nothing. Okay, I can't think of anything else that you absolutely need to know. You can see everything else about camp in the app. If you don't have the app, again, let me encourage you, go get the app. And so, yes, yes. She is going to do she's going to do the 3-man swing. As a lot of you are. I'm going to heavily encourage you to do things that scare you. Miss Donna, thank you so much. Praying for us. We definitely need prayer. We'll be as safe as we can, but we'll definitely thank you for praying for us. But yes, Snowbird does their recs, and the things that they do are they take what they call calculated. I think they call it calculated risk. But essentially, it's things that are made to push you out of your comfort zone. But the camp is they take extreme safety measures. I've never seen a student get hurt doing a rec. I have seen students get hurt doing stupid things. Like literally, I saw years ago, I saw a kid jump off the top of his church's minibus, and he broke his ankle. And I was like, "Yeah, that's right. That's right. That should happen." And so I did see a counselor, a staff member, not counselor, staff member working the 3-man swing. Thought she was above the rules and walked across an area where she was not supposed to walk, while 4 of the people yelled at her, and she got tagged by somebody's foot on the 3-man swing as they were stopping in the nose and shattered her nose. And so that was just stupid. She was working the thing and just wasn't paying attention. But as far as students getting hurt, I've never known anybody to actually really get hurt. And so they're very safe about things, but there are things there that are made to push you out of your comfort zone. And I'm going to be encouraging you to take part in those things, because if you understand that you can overcome some fear in one area of life, then you understand that you can overcome fear in other areas of your life. And that a lot of times it's a lot worse in your mind than it is in reality. And so definitely I will be encouraging you to do things that will scare you. I will not put you in danger. I will not make you do something you're not ready for, or anything like that. But I do want you to experience getting out of your comfort zone, to experience overcoming fear. And so, yes, Evie will be on the 3-man swing. And the 3-man swing is awesome. It's fun. You will have a great time with that. The Goliath swing is fun. They have a thing there called the poopy pole, where you're harnessed up. You climb up a pole, literally a pole with handles on the side, a telephone pole, and then you stand on the top of the pole. You jump out and grab a trapeze. And so if you don't know what a trapeze is, that's just a bar hanging by 2 wires. And so it will be, it's fun. I haven't done it in years. I'm a bigger boy now than I was when I first went. But yeah, it gets in your head, but it's a blast. There's a lot of stuff there, a lot of stuff to do. We will have a great time, and I guarantee you most of you will not want to leave when it's time to leave. So anyway, all right. Don't see any more questions. I hope I've answered everything. For you guys that we don't know if all you guys that are going to camp have watched already. If you did not watch live and you have a question, feel free to text me or call me tomorrow. And I say tomorrow because tonight I'm gonna get some rest, and so I'm gonna try to rest out as much as I can. But definitely call me, text me if you have any questions. One thing I did forget to mention that if you want to bring a hammock during our free time and stuff, there will be some opportunity probably to throw up a hammock and rest in that. And I only say that because I will sleep in a hammock the entire week. I'm 6'8". Those beds are, well, they're not, and it usually gives you guys a little bit more room in the cabins. And so I'll sleep outside, even if it's raining. I have a tarp, a rain fly that goes over my hammock, and I'll be fine. I actually sleep great. On that note, almost forgot. We will not be in a cabin with any other church group. We will be in a cabin by ourselves. They've added doors and dividers, and so the way I understand, and we'll get more information when we get to camp, but the way I understand it is that our group will be in one cabin, guys on one side, girls on the other side, divided in the middle, where we won't we won't be there with each other. Hey, Charity, good to see you. By the way, I don't know if y'all can see this, if I can turn the camera here a little bit. If you see all this stuff on the floor down here, that's just the first round of snacks. And y'all thank Miss Charity. That's going to be a bunch of snacks for you guys to take to camp, and we'll have in the vans, and we'll have there. And so that way you don't have to depend on buying stuff at the snack shack to get some snacks, get some stuff there. But anyway, so thank you. What is up, Devin? What's up, man? And Sydney, how y'all doing? And so I know Sydney's excited. She hasn't. I've seen her for every day. Every time I've seen her at camp, she has lost her mind. Camp at church, she's lost her mind talking about camp, and so I know she's ready. And that countdown's almost done on your phone, right? So anyway, that's that. I think I was something like I wanted to. I couldn't remember. Am I forgetting anything? I can't think of it. So, anyway, think. Yeah, Sydney, I'm so excited. So okay, I think that was it. Something in the cabins I was thinking about. Oh yeah, if you decide that you want to, ask Gavin Parrott, if you decide that you want to hammock camp with me, be prepared. If you've never gone hammock camping, it's a different game. And so, Devin, I'd love to take the hat off, but if I do, it's a glare. Well, it's a glare over here. You see that? And so I put that on because somebody said the glare on my hat. Oh, my head one time was was too much. But anyway. Yeah, hammock camping. Anyway, let me get back to that. I have, I told you I have a Rainfly. This sleeping bag that I showed you actually zips in a way where I've got a foot box and I use it as an over blanket. And I have an underquilt. The underquilt is vital. You will get cold at night if you don't have an underquilt in the hammock. So if you don't have the proper hammock camping things, don't be expecting to sleep overnight in the hammock. You will get abnormally cold and it will be miserable and you won't sleep at all. Again, ask Gavin Parrott. Me and Eric, first time I took Eric as a chaperone, we were prepared. Gavin got out there and was not and froze to death. So anyway, Devin, how's this? Is that better? Whatever. Anyway, all right. I think that's it, guys. I love you all. Look forward to seeing you Monday, seeing you Sunday at church if you wish. If you haven't been coming back, we are meeting. Sign up for one of our services. Come see me. I'm up in the balcony running our live stream and our sound, and so where I need help. So if you're looking for somewhere to serve in the church, you can do that as well. So, all right. I love you guys. I'm going to give one more second just in case. The last call for any questions. Last call. We've got a bunch of people watching here. So if you have a question, now's the time. Coffee's good. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Food. The food there, well, I've never had complaints from students. Great food. You will have plenty to eat. It's good stuff. Ask anybody that's gone. The food is phenomenal, and they feed us well. So, anyway. All right. Love you guys. See y'all later. I'm praying for you. I'm excited for camp. We'll see y'all Sunday.